The Southern Uplands Way is a 213-mile trail from coast to coast across southern Scotland. Join me as I travel through some of the remotest areas of the UK, to little visited hilltops and unspoilt valleys, using wild camps and bothies along the trail in all types of weather. This is my Southern Uplands Way adventure.
The sun is out. Early morning sun. What an absolutely stunning morning. Cold one though. Cold morning. It was up and get moving pretty quickly this morning. I got going. Well, just as it was first getting light. As I said, what a morning to be out in. Right, today got a lot more ascent to do today. Got a couple of hills to go over. Trying to put my feet here. A couple of hills to go over. Heading to the town of Sanquhar, where I'm hoping I think there's a campsite there. So that's my plan for today.
From my camp on Culmark Hill, I followed a route up through moorland and trees to the top of Benbrack Hill. Then a long descent to the upper Scaur Valley, which I followed downhill before cutting across and over Cloud Hill down to Sanquhar.
I can just see the mist here down in the valley. I crossed that about, I don't know, half an hour ago. I could tell it was really cold walking through it, crikey. And here's just in front there, that's Culshaw Hill that I camped on last night. Great spot. Just passing underneath Manquill Hill. Got this super view to my left, and then in front is the big dome of Benbrack that I'm heading up. That's next destination. Well, this is a very interesting looking sculpture at the top of the hill. Not sure where it's here for, but yeah, a bit odd. But another great view out in front. See over to the Lather Hills in the distance. Fantastic. I'm having a slightly late second breakfast. I originally planned to have it on the top, Benbrack, but just too windy. And it's even too windy. I was going to brew up here, but I think I'll wait till later on. Lovely on the tops, but that wind is bitter, absolutely bitter cold today. Right, the path continues up round here onto Black Hill and what looks like another striding arch on the top. So I got that wrong, not heading towards that second arch, although I did find out that the arches are sculptures. Apparently there's 4 of them and they're all self-supporting, no mortar or ironwork used at all in their construction. I've just been thinking that I mustn't ever take this for granted. I'm really lucky that I'm retired, in good health, and I can get out and enjoy this. I remember in my last year of teaching, I had to do an outside duty first in the morning, and there was one September morning. It was beautiful, clear skies, no wind, and I was thinking, crikey, I wish I was out in the hills. And now, here I am, doing it. So yeah, I feel very privileged, lucky to be able to do so. This is the Chalk Memorial Bothy, another one of the Bothys on the Southern Uplands route. A bit early for me though to finish today. Got to get to Sanquhar. But I'll tell you what, it looked quite nice inside. Dark though, so I didn't take any film, but yeah, it looked alright, it looked nice. Good one to use. Now, that is what I call a log stack. That is, I don't think I've ever seen one as big as that. It's ridiculous. As my dad would say, you'd get a few matchsticks out of that lot. So whoever stacked them up did a good job. Well, I didn't pick the most salubrious spot to have my lunch. It's the only place I could find dry. Ground's really wet, heavy dew, really heavy dew last night. Everything's saturated. Right, it's good morning. That's I think I've probably got about 12 kilometres, maybe slightly more to get to Sanquhar this afternoon. And then stock up on some provisions. That's the last of my food I've just eaten. This is my last coffee as well, so bit of a restock there. It's turned dark as well. Where's the sun gone? Come on, sun, get back. Where have you gone? Looks here like they're putting in a new track to service a wind farm. I think it's going to go up around here. It's really tricky, isn't it? Because you do feel that once that's gone in, that's that environment lost forever, isn't it? Then you counter that with the climate change that we've got. It's not an easy decision, is it? Not easy. I think the Southern Uplands has suffered more than anywhere else. Suffered, if you would call it that, for the number of windmills that have been put up. Wouldn't say it's been intrusive though on this walk so far. I've certainly noticed them. There's plenty of them around, but is it intrusive? Probably not. But then I wouldn't want to see the whole of the Southern Uplands covered in windmills. That would be sad. Well, after a few kilometres of road walking, now got a signpost off. Looks like we're going to cut up here and across this moor and over the top.
On the way up to Cloud Hill, the signposts have been decorated and designed by local school children with colour and outdoor themed messages. It was good for the soul as I clambered up.
Right, that's the high point reached. Behind me, we're saying goodbye now to the Galloway Hills. Looking forward, Lowther Hills coming up. Heading straight down now to the sound of Sanquhar, which is right in front of me. I'm just on the outskirts of Sanquhar. So my plan is to find the campsite here, stay there, get some clothes washed, get myself washed, and then get stocked up on food really for the next 4 days until I get to Melrose. That's the plan. That was a nice descent, but oh, my legs are feeling tired. Morning. Well, I've just come out of Sanquhar, and today's plan was to go up over the Lowther Hills, camp down the other side. But I'm having a plan B. The weather has decided to intervene. So from 12 o'clock today, there's some heavy rain coming in. In fact, they've given out a yellow weather warning for rain for this area. So I don't really fancy going up over the Lowther Hills. Yeah, when there's torrential rain. It's quite a long high ridge that I have to follow before I drop down. So what I'm going to do instead is probably walk maybe 10-12 kilometres and pitch up just before the little town of Wanlock Head, which is right below the Lowther Hills, and then do them tomorrow. Well, sit it out today and then go over the Lowther Hills tomorrow.
So today I climbed out of Sanquhar, over a small hill and down to Lockburn Bridge. Then followed a bigger climb up and down to Cockburn in a quiet secluded valley, before the largest descent of all, over Glen Gaber Hill and down to Wanlock Water.
The sky definitely has that steely grey look about it, so I'm just hoping I can get the tent up before the worst of the rain starts. In my younger days I don't think I'd have bothered really, they just probably piled straight over the top and got soaking wet. But now as I've got a bit older, the thought of getting absolute drenching, it's not appealing. So I'm taking I'm going to take the old man's option and just be sensible. That's what Judith would say, just be sensible. I'd be rather sat in my tent in the heavy rain rather than out in it, I'll tell you. Just crossing the top now. Wind is definitely picked up. It's starting to cloud over on the Galloway Hill, so need to get down to the side quickly, I think. Alright, just dropping down to the side. Out of the wind. Feels about 15 degrees warmer. It's lovely. And yeah, lovely view down here. Got Tinto there in the very far distance. Very familiar landmark. Oh. Right, let's get down here. Right, I've got the tent set up. First spots of rain are just starting, so yeah, let's go and get hunkered down a bit, see what happens. I'm just having my brew. Rain started, I don't know, about half an hour after I got the tent pitched. It's never been horrific actually. I've been here, what, 3 hours? Certainly not the deluge that was forecast yet, but enough rain, enough wind to make me think, yeah, you know what, I'm quite happy with the decision that I made. I got a really dry, flat site here, and it's a great spot. And as anyone knows who's camped before, it's much nicer camping on dry ground than camping on soaking wet ground. And
where I'd got in mind to camp tonight on my original plan was quite high up in the hills. It was in a dip between two hills, so you can never quite be sure what the ground's going to be like. It would have been a lot more exposed, there's no doubt, to the wind. So, see, I'm happy with my decision. I'm happy with it. And it means I can get up early, have a full day tomorrow, and it also gives me the option tomorrow of a bothy. Actually, if the weather continues to be a bit grim, I do have the option tomorrow to use another bothy. These 11 kilometres that I did today just puts me within reach of another bothy tomorrow. So as now, bit of tent time, bit of relaxing, listening to the rain. Yep, this is definitely when I'm glad I'm in my tent and not outside.
Oh, give in. You wind rain, please just stop. I need to sleep. Ah, that was a stormy old night. Anyway, thankfully the wind's dropped, the rain stopped. I don't know what time it stopped, but of course what normally happens is this particular time of the year you get that burst of heavy, well, prolonged spell of heavy rain, then it turns colder. So I had the condensation on the inside of the tent this morning, so it was just a really damp, wet start. So I'm glad to be moving, getting things warmed up again. Right, this morning, first job is to get to the little village of Wanlock Head, which is, I think, supposed to be the highest village in the UK. And then I've got a long, steady climb up to the highest point of the Southern Uplands Way, which is the Lowther Hills. Unfortunately, at the moment, they're in cloud. Am I being too optimistic to hope that they might clear? From the camp by Wanlock Water, I ascended the valley through Wanlock Head village and up to Lowther Hill. An undulating ridge took me over Coombe Head and down to Portpatrick Water. A pleasant forest track led me to Dalry Reservoir and a final ascent to Hod's Hill, followed by a descent down to Brattleburn Bothy. Just passing here as well, lots of former mine working buildings. It's a big lead mining area, this, as quite a few upland areas of the UK were many years ago. That walk up through Wanlock Head was fascinating, a bit like stepping back in time. As I said, I think it's the UK's highest village. I had a lead mining museum there, so somewhere I'd quite like to visit again, actually go back and look at that museum. But now, heading up to the Lowther Hills, which are just in front here. The mist is cleared. Got their various, lots of paraphernalia up on the top, but looks like I'm going to get a good view from the top. Well, fortunately we don't have to pass directly by the carbuncle on the top, but what we're doing is going down here. What absolutely stunning morning. Mist rolling across the valleys, bit of mist across the tops of the hills. Absolutely fantastic. Don't get no better than this. Well, I've just come really steeply down there, and well, looks like we're going really steeply up here. It's not messing about this bit, not messing about. Yeah, nice ridge down that, but definitely the hardest part of the walk so far, physically. So, where next on my little Southern Uplands way? Oh, the rain last night might not have fallen on me, but it's made the ground very, very spongy. Oh dear, sloppy. A lot of it. But then saying that, I'm very pleased I made that decision. Because that first 3 hours there today, picking once the sun got up was just fantastic. I mean, this is just glorious. I would have missed it all yesterday if I came in the rain. Wouldn't have seen the thing. I've just stopped for a wee bit of lunch, got the tent out drying in the sunshine. Oh, let me have a sit down. I enjoyed this morning. It was hard though. Quite a bit of a scent on that this morning. In rough ground, but I'm on this nice track now, so it's making a bit easier progress. I think I've got this down to a reservoir, so that should be good. Right, hopefully the weather will keep like this afternoon. It's just fabulous at the minute, it's lovely. Oh, that's nice. They've put a Southern Uplands Way post and bench. Yeah. Missed out on that, didn't I? I like the Cambrian Way. Well, I did the Cambrian Way, had my lunch on the halfway bench. Missed out there. Never mind. Wow, I'll tell you what, this is Windmill City. There's a fair few here. I've got a nice view here south down to Solway Firth. I can just about make it out in the distance, don't know if you can on the GoPro. It's the reservoir I came up from, Dalry Reservoir. Yeah, good little viewpoint this. So this is where I'm heading tomorrow, over in the hills there. Can't work out the exact route through there, but that's the general direction. So I'm now heading for Brattleburn Bothy. And as I said, because I cut yesterday short, it brought this bothy into play today, and I could get to it today. What I will do though is the bothy I was going to use tomorrow, I'm then going to walk past that. So it's just, yeah, I'm using one bothy rather than the other. I'm going to walk past the one tomorrow and camp a bit further on. Otherwise it'll be too short a day. A few showers kicking about, but yeah, I'm just ambling along, just enjoying the end of today. It's lovely. Ah. I'll give you a quick tour. Not that you won't see much because it's pretty dark in here, but yeah, it's a nice room. This is the room I'm going to stay in. Someone's obviously been in here this afternoon because there's a lot of heat still coming out of that fire. But yeah, that'll do for tonight. Nice little sleeping platform there. Tent's getting dried out, make sure that's fully dried out. And eat and sleep.
as usual and just relax. Right, time for a brew.
Couldn't do this if I was in my tent. Right, let's get down. Right, that was